I knew I would have to do more than one video. So if you recognize their poor behavior and then you can rise to a different level, then you reach a different space. And I was not there. I had a friend call me out on it, and I'm so grateful for those friends. And he said, what are you doing? Because where I was at about a week ago was, I'm going to deliver harm back for the harm that was done to me. And he very directly said to me, I do not know this woman I'm talking to. I've never seen her in the whole time I've known you. I've never seen this. And on the one hand, I'm very grateful because that means I am doing a good job of living the truth that I talk about. But on the other hand, I was not happy because I had allowed myself to drop into an energetic space that is not who I am. And so I had to do a lot of soul searching, a lot of introspection into why am I being unloving in this space where I'm at. And I realized this person had triggered a very deep, deep, deep wound of abandonment. And I resonate in the concept of reincarnation. So if you don't, then I would take this just back to early childhood wounds and stuff like that. But for me, it goes beyond that, back into past life wounds and stuff that I brought in from former lives. And so this wound of abandonment is something that resonates deeply in my soul. And this individual triggered it. And hard. And I was angry with him. And I wanted to deliver penalties for that. It took me a lot, hours, not an hour, hours, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, hours of meditation, clearing meditations, energetic clearings, a lot of work to find a space where I could be free of that anger. And I finally reached that space, and I have to see this person exactly where they're at. Hurt people hurt other people. There's so much information in that comment. And it is a cliche, you hear it all the time, but I would encourage you to really ponder it, particularly in regards to anybody you are angry with. Hurt people hurt other people. How much pain did that other person suffer in order to give no concern for my pain? Knowing they had harmed me, knowing I was in a frantic mess because I told them, I am freaking out over here. I'm terrified. Please talk to me. And they still could not find it in themselves to utter a word to me. I would venture that in their past, women have been very aggressive and confrontational and why you, yeah. And that would not have been my platform, but that man doesn't know that. That's his experience. Perhaps. I don't know. I'm thinking so. And so when we do not manage our energies well, we can trigger other people, and then they're triggering us. And you see the snowball effect. It gets bigger and bigger, and then all of a sudden nobody's communicating with anybody, and everybody's sitting in a space of fear, and there is no love to be found. And everybody wonders why nobody's communicating, and nobody's talking, and everybody's hurt, and things are falling apart. Because nobody's finding a space to step into love. But when you can, when somebody decides to break the barrier and say, all right, I will be love, then you can have communication. Then you can perhaps reconnect, and love can begin to flow again, and love can begin to be built again. It's not easy. You have to begin with yourself. You have to begin to recognize within yourself where your own turbulence lies, within your own energetic system. My turbulence was my fears, my abandonment issues. My terror. Oh no, not again. My anxiety, that energy was picked up on, and that triggered fear in the other person. Eesh, I don't want to deal with this. I can't face it. I don't know how explosive she's going to get. Other women, who knows? Who knows all the things that might have been going on? Shut down. Which then in turn triggered more over here, which in turn triggered more over there. And you see the way we mess with each other. And it's all for a lack of love. Can we find love? Can we find the ability to dig deep and have compassion for one another? Love is kind, and love is patient. And for me today, those words are very resonant, and I feel them very deeply right here, because I know without being kind and patient, we are all going to crash. It is a time for our paradigms to shift. It is a time for us to start thinking about being creatures of love. It is a time for us to start being generous in how we give of ourselves to one another, regardless of what's coming back at us. Can we look beyond the superficial? Can we see others where they're at instead of where we want them to be? Can we be love? Can we be kind? Can we be patient? Can we be slow to anger? Can we always hold hope? Those are my thoughts on Thursday. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I hope as you're processing the energies in your world, that you can find that space to take a pause and be love.